Why do you need an apology? If someone can explain to me in the comment section below why Olivia needs an apology, I will Mondo you £5. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. I was about to say happy Monday, but no, happy Sunday. New week, new reviews. I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. As always, I'm going to say a lot to unpick and unpack, only because we were literally just jumping from scenes, like scene. But overall, guys, I'm going to get into it anyway, but I was really cringed out that episode. Like, yeah, the episode was actually quite cringy. A few combos here and there, but overall, very cringy to me. Okay, don't tear my singlet, but to me, definitely cringy in some instances. But as always, please to get cozy and comfy with hot Rabina and some snacks. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and also follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. Guys, I even just uploaded quite a cute picture if I do say so myself. But yeah, definitely be sure to subscribe and also follow. But yeah, get cozy and let us get into this review. So let us start off with, I don't know why I've done that. Anyway, yeah, let's start off with just a brief convo before, you know, nighttime and everyone goes to have their little party and clink and all that type of stuff. I only want to flag up one thing, which was a conversation that Tanya had with the girls, and she was, you know what, God, she was essentially just saying, you know, Shaq has a lot of red flags and that's something he definitely needs to work on. It's given not reading the room. Okay, she's not reading the room at the situation. Like, right now, do you really think you have mouth to speak about Shaq's red flags? Even though we know Shaq's red flags are very red, blood red in fact. But during this entire situation, you know that you're in the wrong. And for once, I actually sided Lana. Okay? Lana said, like, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate here, but you are in the wrong. And Tanya was like, oh, it's just hard. We'll get into Tanya later on anyway, because you know she ends up having a conversation with Martin, and we also know Shaq ends up speaking to her as well. But once again, like I said, Tanya was wrong for the reasoning that she had based on the fact that she wanted to bring Martin back into the same villa so that she can get to know him and also get to know Shaq at the same time. But we're going to get into that very soon. Now we can briefly move on to the nighttime. Sammie ended up cheersing to being 23 and finding out the truth. It's very shady. Cannot believe she's 23. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, some people just look way older than their age. 23. If someone told me Sammie was around 27, 28, I think I would actually believe them. But sis is 23, okay. Let's move on to Will and Jessie having a conversation. Of course, they were speaking on the terrace. So, okay, Will ended up apologizing to Jessie, saying that he's really crushed, and you know, Jessie was saying it's just not right, Will, like it's just not right. Why did you do that? Of course, you know, Jessie started crying. And guys, I'm not heartless, okay? I know there was a few people on Friday's video saying, oh, Sarah, you're so heartless. Jessie isn't fake. I'm not saying that anyone can fake tears or whatever, but for me, I just kind of feel like this storyline has been dragged out for quite a long time. And personally, just given the history that Jessie and Will have had over the past couple episodes, Jessie's not going to dump Will now just because of this small little kiss that he had with, what's her name again? Layla. I think her name was Layla. Yeah, the kiss that he had with her. She's going to take him back. So I just kind of feel like, I mean, she takes him back by the end of the episode anyway. But I just kind of feel like the storyline for me was just a bit too dragged out. We knew that, you know, she was going to take him back. I do feel like she was crying quite a lot. I'm not here to try and downgrade her feelings. You know, you feel what you feel. But for me, the waterworks, it was just a bit much. I'll just have to be honest with you. Will did say that, you know, I wanted to tell you that, you know, I'm falling in love with you. Guys, right feeling, wrong time. Okay, it's given, do you remember Amy and Curtis? I was coming here to tell you that I loved you. That's exactly what it was given. Right feelings, Will, love the fact that you love her. Wrong time. Sis is crying and you're coming to say, oh, but I just want you to know that I do love you. Very interesting. But of course, Jessie ended up saying that they need to have a think about what they deserve. And like I said, I already knew she was going to take him back. I think I said this in Friday's review as well. So there's no surprise that she did by the end of the episode. And that is honestly why I was just over that storyline. It just felt a bit repetitive to me. I get so serious with these reviews, guys. I don't know why. But yeah, let's move on to Casey and Claudia. She asked about the I'm sorry. You guys know that Casey mouthed I'm sorry to Sin City when he ended up choosing Claudia to be in a couple with after Casa Amor. And also asked about two sides to the coin, so and so. I'll be honest with you, I'm going to wrap this up quickly because I don't care for Casey and Claudia anymore since last week's shenanigans, okay? When you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. But in all honesty, I just feel like, for me, it's just a bit weird because I'm pretty sure Casa Amor happened, was it not 2 days after Casey and Claudia met? So Yeah, do the maths for me. 2 days equals 48 hours. I don't understand, okay? I don't understand. And like I said, we always knew that Claudia was going to take Casey back anyway, so not really much to digest over there. Let's move on to Lana, Ron and Shaq. They were having a conversation and Lana ended up telling Ron that of course Sammie was upset with him / irritated because truth came out that, I think maybe Tom said it or something, that Ron is the one that egged Tom on. Ron, this is one thing I don't understand, right? Renisha, shall I say? I don't understand people that lie on live TV, like national TV. We can actually pull up the receipts. I can actually go back to the Castlemore episodes and I can replay it for you, which is another reason why moving that needs to come ASAP, because they need to see that, yeah, Ron actually lied. Ron did tell, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me word for word, but same scenario, Ron did tell Tom to recouple with Lydia. I'm pretty sure he said that, or something around that. So him saying, oh no, I would never do, oh no, moving night is going to tell all. Okay, it's going to tell all. Let's move on to Tom and Sammie. They were defo, I guess, like the main characters of today's episode. And Sammie was essentially just saying that, you know, Tom really downplayed the entire situation, and he said that, you know, it really kills him, and you know, it might, losing you kill me. I just don't like outside in the real world. I see you as my girlfriend. And I go back to the points that I had in Friday's video. The reason why some men are crazy is because why does it take you either being caught or being found out or being exposed for you to realize that the girl that you were with was actually someone that you wanted to be serious with? Like I said, I don't understand the whole concept of lads holiday. Call me boring. I don't care, okay? I don't understand that concept. If you want to be loyal to a girl, just be loyal to her. That's another reason why I was irritated with all Tom and Casey and everyone last week and Will. Oh, it was a test, it was a test. Like I said, cut that out. You don't have to go through testing in order for you to see if you love someone. I'm sorry. It's just given I want to have my cake and eat it too, and I want to have fun knowing full well I'm going to come back to a good girl. So for me, that's why it wasn't really given off for me. Very sad, of course, to see Sammie walking off. I mean, this is a very eventful birthday, okay? Love Island producer said you're going to get us those views, okay? They definitely did say that. But once again, I think this also goes back to my point with also Jessie as well. I just feel like, because it doesn't feel like any of the couples are like proper solidified. Any of the couples are proper solidified in the villa. I just don't feel like these girls should waste their tears on these guys. I don't know. Am I the only one who feels that way? If you agree, let me know. If you don't, let me know as well. I do know it's easier said than done. You know, feelings are involved. I've cried over a guy before in my lifetime. Never again though. But I just feel like, yeah, maybe the producers just aren't showing us the right scenes, because all these cryings and scenes and stuff, it's just not clicking for me at the moment. It's really not clicking. Let's move on to Ron pulling Sammie for a chat. He said that he was very sorry for all of the things that were going on, and once again also said that he's very comfortable with how he acted during Casa Amor, and hand on his heart, he didn't do anything to egg on the guys. It's given liar. Okay, big up Davide. Who will ever forget Davide? Aaron, liar. Once again, moving out just needs to come. If anything, I feel like Ron should have just owned it. Like, oh, I may have said something, but I'm glad that, you know, his heart is still with you and he still wants to get to know you, rather than you saying like, hand on my heart, like, I would never do, but you know that you did. So like I said, moving out should be very, very, very interesting. Let's move on to nighttime. Briefly, I'll just speak about Shaq. Shaq did of course tell Will that, you know, he is still in love with Tanya, but he feels really betrayed by her trust, and Tanya didn't talk to him all night. This goes back to lack of self-awareness and lack of self-presence and lack of being able to read a room. I don't understand why Tanya still had not gone to speak to Shaq throughout the entire night. You're in the wrong in the situation. And people were saying, oh, people are being harsh on Tanya, like, you know, the Tanya and Shaq situ is the same as Dami and India. When you really think about it in hindsight, it really isn't. Dami recoupled and India recoupled as well. Fast forward to 2023. Tanya recoupled and Shaq didn't. So I'm not surprised that Shaq is still in love with her. I know feelings are very rampant in the villa, but I did already say that I did think that Shaq was going to get back with her. But at the same time, I actually want another bombshell to come into the villa, and I want that bombshell to be 100% Shaq's type. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. Let's move on to the following morning. Of course, Jessie was speaking to the girls, and then the boys were speaking to a few singlets. Before I even get into that, a few singlets I'm going to tear. To be honest, the main singlet I'm going to tear is Olivia. You guys already know how I feel about her. In fact, let me just go through my notes, and then when we get to that combo, we'll get to that combo, because it's like, she irks me. And I know it shouldn't be that deep because it's honestly just a show, but she's actually delusional and actually quite annoying, and she is honestly suffers from main character syndrome. I'm sorry, but I digress. Okay, let's get into the combos. Let's start with Jessie. Jessie said that she woke up thinking that, have I been overreacting? And then, no, I haven't. in regards to the tears, maybe you have been, but like I said, I just feel like the storyline was just dragged out a bit too long. Like I was actually very surprised to see that we were in a new day in Love Island and still dealing with this same storyline. So I'm actually quite happy that they wrapped it up by the end of the episode. We can move on to the boys. Tom said that he always knew he wanted Sammie. It was never that deep. Scary. Okay, very scary. If you always knew you wanted Sammie, why on earth were you lipsing up Lydia? Why on earth were you going through having cuddles? Why on earth were you rubbing up her thighs and her legs? Like I said, and that's one reason why it's very irritating to see that the girls are so affected by these guys who willingly decided to step out and do whatever they wanted to do and know that they have a good girl who they're going to come back to. I mean, I think it's absolutely absurd. Okay, very, very, very interesting. We can move on to Olivia. She said that she's really happy with Maxwell. She's had her fair share of frogs. Does Olivia deep that she may be some of the guys' frogs as well? Because I don't think that registers in her head at all. Of course, Maxwell at the same time was speaking to the guys, letting them know that him and Olivia are having cuddles. And Martin said that he needs Tanya to give 100% of herself. We're going to get into that shortly as well. Don't worry. You wait there. We can quickly move back to the girls. Olivia and Tanya were having a conversation, which was really strange to me, guys. And I need Tanya to, you know, keep her distance from Olivia, because I can see that delusion is rubbing off on her. Olivia was like, oh yeah, Kai seems different. And Tanya was like, yeah, I just feel like Kai just seems different. And Sanam is sitting right there. So are you trying to get into Sanam's head to basically make it seem like you don't know the real Kai? So don't get too gassed up at the fact that you're now in a couple with him, because this isn't the real him. And then Olivia was like, oh yeah, you know what? Don't worry about it though. Like, I'm going to talk to him. Almost making it out like she has Sanam's back, which I think is very strange, because we know that she doesn't. And she was literally just talking about Sanam beginning of Friday's episode, I believe. You remember when Sanam ended up catching him and they all literally looks like, because they're fake, clearly, which means that Zara wasn't lying. You see, do you know how many good contestants we've lost because of this one individual? It's very irritating. But of course, Olivia was like, yeah, I'm gonna go speak to Kai. Yeah, don't worry, I'm definitely gonna speak to him, but I need an apology though. Why do you need an apology? If someone can explain to me in the comment section below why Olivia needs an apology, I will Mondo you £5. Okay? If someone can explain to me why she needs an apology, because like I said, it is given delusion. Did you feel the need to apologize to Kai? No. Why? Because Kai doesn't care for an apology from me. Why? Because it is not that deep. You recoupled and he recoupled. Why is it so hard to get into your head that there is a possibility that Kai can like someone else more than he liked you? Why? Okay, I'm going to get into that soon anyway. Let's move on to Shaq and Tanya. This wasn't really much, to be honest, but of course Tanya was in the pool, and Shaq literally just went up to her and was just like, you know, I don't want you to be upset, I want you to be happy. That was really cute. Oh guys, Shaq has grown on me. Shaq and Kai have honestly grown on me so much in the past couple of days. They're generally my favourite guys in the villa, and I never thought I would say that. I didn't think it would come to the day. But I did think that was actually really cute. Tanya, she looked like she was kind of soaking in the conversation, and I don't blame her. I think she has 100% deep. Hey, mezzo. I brought back a guy from Lagos that's coming to give me mouth. Tell me, guys, I'm never gonna forget that, by the way. That's BS. I mean, that's BS, man. I just feel like you did. Okay, anyway, Tanya ended up going to speak to the girls, and she was crying, and like I said, she was definitely crying because she knew that she messed up. She definitely deeps that her and Martin don't have as much as a connection of Shaq and her, and she also said as well that yeah, Martin is great, but he's just not Shaq. So like I said, Tanya really fumbled the bag. I do feel like if Tanya had come back single from Casa Amor, her and Shaq would have 100% made it into the finals, because they would have been the strongest couple from the onset. You need to remember that they have actually been coupled up literally from episode 1 of season 9. And I just come to fumble it, and now a lot of the public don't even like you, because the more you talk, the more no reasoning is making any sense. So that is that, but we're also going to get into that later, because you know she ends up having a conversation with Martin and also with the girls as well. Now let's move on to Olivia talking to Maxwell. Guys, another reason why I don't like this girl, I'm tired of some people. I'm not going to block you because I actually don't care that much, but I am going to start loving your comments and commenting on those comments, or people that say, oh, you're being too why do you have this specific hate for Olivia? What has she done for you? It's not hate, number one, because it's not that deep. I don't know the babe in real life, but she irks me, and I know I'm not the only person here. I'm speaking for majority of the UK, okay? Both Fiat 500 and Black Twitter, okay? She definitely irks me. Her and Maxwell were having a conversation, and she was just like, oh, this is another thing as well. Like, no one wants to be in a relationship with a chatty patty. Make it make sense. If she's not careful, Maxwell will get the ick, unless he's mad as well, which is why they get on so well. She literally goes to Maxwell and she's just like, oh, what do you think of this couple? I feel like Claudia took Casey back too quickly. After all, she was this close to kissing Bailey and Cassie more. Of course, she then ended up speaking about the whole Kai situation as well, saying that she feels like Kai coupled up to be safe and that she's not buying it because she can see right through. First of all, she can't see right through because she was saying, oh, I have a good eye for things. You have a good eye for other people's situations other than your own. It's given Beborum, which means nosy Parker in Yoruba. That's exactly what it's given, because you can't assess yourself, but you're too busy assessing other people. And on top of that as well, I don't understand why you can't say boldly that Kai recoupled to be safe. Did you recouple, Olivia? Okay, you did. So why on earth do you feel like Kyrie, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's given narcissist, if I'm going to be honest with you. It's given delusion. It's given strange. She cannot fathom that Kai can like another girl more than he liked her. And that is honestly just a red flag. She's very irritating and delusional, and she needs to just stop speaking about other people and focus on her and her Maxwell. And she also mentioned the whole thing as well about, oh, Kai being in the bottom three. We need to really surprise her for this next dumping. Okay, guys, we need to surprise her. Let's move on to Kai and Sanam. Of course, they were speaking about the whole situation that Olivia flagged up in the beginning, saying that Sanam was asking if he was going to apologize. You guys know I really do like Sanam, but for me, once again, you're not reading the room. Like, you can see the situation from outside in. Why are you telling your man, well, even if official or unofficial, why are you telling your man to apologize to a girl who doesn't deserve an apology? Don't do that. I found that very strange. I do like Sanam. I do think she's a babe, so I'm not going to get into her too tough. But for me, very interesting. And like I said, Kai is therefore easily and quickly becoming one of my favourite characters. He literally said, I don't care. And I love when people are just so blunt with it. Like, I don't care. Too many people in this villa are literally up Olivia's ass. I don't understand why. And I love the fact that Kai said, listen, I'm not... Don't speak to me about it. Fem, okay? Stop talking to me about it. I'm not apologising. Why on earth do I need to apologise? I feel like after he was very blunt with his response, of course, Sanam ended up, like, you know, just letting things die down a bit. But like I said, Kai is easily becoming my favourite character because there is no need for him to apologise to Olivia. And like I said, if you can figure out why Kai needs to apologise to Olivia, comment down below and I will Monzo you £5, okay? Get yourself a cheeky takeaway. Let's move on to Tom and Will. This was kind of like the main gist of the episode, which was quite weak to me, if I'll be honest with you. But of course, they ended up agreeing that they wanted to get their girls back. Tom agreed to write a poem and Will was still sussing things out. We'll get into that because that was, of course, the end scene of the episode. Of course, what next can we speak about before we get into the poems? Nighttime, Kai was speaking to Shaq about Tanya. And at the same time, of course, he ended up seeing Tanya go into the terrace with Martin. And he did say in his confessionals, like, he does really love her, of course, but he does find it really hard. Sorry guys, my camera is flashing. Oh no, it's just my timer, don't worry. Yeah, so he was of course saying like it is really hard. He does really want to get to know her and love her and do this and do that, but it's hard because he of course sees her walking around the villa with Martin. Whilst they were on the terrace, of course, Martin was saying that he's been happy he's been brought back, but today has been really weird. He feels like things have been quite distant. And Tanya was saying that there's still more for her to get to know him. So yeah, you may have, this was so silly, but yeah, you may have felt like I was going to give you 100%, but I've told you 50% is here and 50% is back there. So essentially, she said, listen, you're pushing me to say something I don't want to say, and I'm letting you know to your face, I half like you, and I also half like Shaq. I do feel like Martin definitely saw that as a bio. Like I said, towards the end of Casa Amor, you can see that Tanya and Martin didn't really have much of a connection. I do feel like Tanya 100% fumbled the bag. And also, I know I said in one of my reviews that I do feel like Tanya is young. I'm not referring to her age, by the way. I have cousins her age as well, like 23, 22, whatever. It's fine. I mean, in terms of her maturity, I feel like the reasoning and the judgment that she made for wanting to bring Martin back to the villa, it didn't make sense. I feel like she either should have given Martin 100%, knowing that she fumbled Shaq, or she should have let that ego go, let that pride go, let all of that energy go, and 100% go for Shaq and let Martin go, because Martin is really dragging her down, and the guy does not have good vibes, okay? There's no good vibes there. I'm so sorry. Let's move on to Tommy pulling Sammie for a chat. And he was letting her know, you know, that's my favourite outfit on you. Just trying to get into her good books. We know how these guys move. And he read a poem for her. I don't have much to say, guys. And I think my reasoning is going to be the same that I also have for Will and Jessie, who we're going to speak about next. It's not that I'm not romantic, okay? I'm definitely a certified lover girl. I love romance, okay? Romance is sweet. But that poem, I don't know, I cringed. Did you cringe? I just kind of cringed a bit. It was just more like, you know, like, oh, Sammie, you're my this, and I will like, I don't know. Maybe because, I don't know. Maybe because the guy's never written me a poem. I don't know. I don't know, but I cringed out a bit. But of course, she ended up forgiving him. Yeah, I really like Sammie, by the way, but I don't know if I really care for Tom as a character in this villa at the moment. So yeah, that's just that. Of course, last but not least, we can move on to Will and Lana. Lana and Will were discussing how they're going to get Jessie back. Yeah. Okay, we'll just quickly get into it, right? So, of course, Will ended up taking Jessie to the terrace and then saying, you know, I just want you to know. And then all of the other islanders were lined up by the pool and were saying different things like, I love you because you're this, and I like you even when my coffee isn't great, and you're a beautiful girl, and da-da-da-da-da. Like I said, guys, it's sad, right? Maybe I'm just not romantic enough. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm actually not as romantic enough, because I actually did find that quite cringy. It was just kind of given, like, year 1, year 2. If you don't live in the UK, I think in year 1 you're like, are you 5 or 6 years old? You know, when you have your school play and everyone's like, my name is Sarah and I like this, and then the next person goes and then you have some people cry because they forget their lines. That's the type of energy that I was getting from it. But of course, he ended up saying sorry, and she ended up forgiving him. Overall, I do think it was quite a cringy episode. I'm sorry, I have to be honest. Interesting start to the new week. I do think in tomorrow's episode, we are definitely going to see more of Tanya and Shaq and Martin, that entire situation. I do feel like Tanya is 100% going to lock things off with Martin and go for Shaq. Shaq still loves her, so I do think Shaq is going to take her back. I do also see a dumping coming soon. Not me moving like a psychic, but I do also see a dumping coming soon, and I also see some bombshells coming in, hopefully, as well. But yeah, honestly, right now, I already said this in Friday's episode review, sorry, that none of the couples give for me. I actually wouldn't mind Kaya and Sanam winning right now, or the 50k. They should give it to everyone who actually has had to sit down and watch the past, what, 30-something episodes, because no couple for me is currently overly given. And like I said, I do think that's a bit strange, knowing that we're definitely 4 weeks into this season. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on today's episode. As always, I love to know what you also thought of the episode down in the comments. I love reading you guys' comments, as you guys can, you know, so please be sure to let me know how you did find that episode. As always, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. But once again, I want to thank you so much for your love and also for your support. Please do take care, stay blessed, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.